this press conference with a thank you to John Fox.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
What are we talking about? Practice? We're talking about practice, man.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
You're listening to Rochester, Indiana's #1 podcast, the Tan and J-Man Show, featuring Josh Munt and Tanner Lee. You're listening to episode 84 of the Tan and J-Man Show, featuring Josh Munt and Tanner Lee, streaming on SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, as well as Google Play. Like us on Facebook, The Tan and J-Man Show. Follow us on Twitter, @Tan and J-Man Show. Check out our website, thetannandjmanshow.com. And as always, The Tan and J-Man Show is sponsored by Fraunfelter Dental Clinic, which is a great family-owned dental clinic that offers laser whitening and dentistry, along with braces, implants, your typical teeth cleanings. Go see Dr. Bill or Dr. DJ today. What you got for us today, T-Dog?
I got a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Just like I did on the preview video I recorded last night.
Yes.
With the help of Elway Lee.
Elway Lee.
He tried to help. He kind of was more of a distraction.
His name's actually Johnny, if you haven't figured that out yet. It's Johnny.
But I thought you'd give us a Cubs report. I'd give a little Purdue recruiting update, football and basketball.
Did you just do that last week? Has anything changed?
Yeah. They had 6 recruits commits last weekend. They had a basketball recruit commit yesterday. Second one for 2019. Wow. And then thought I'd talk a little Bubba Watson, get another victory.
Couldn't have told you that.
Got another few random notes, but
Birdie Bogey.
Let's start off with that.
So Hunter Pence yesterday of the San Francisco Giants recorded his 11th career walk-off hit, which is second most since he entered the league in 2007. Who has the most walk-off hits since entering the league in 2007? This is a very, very tough one, so I'm going to give you a few clues right now. He's a former Yankee, but bounced around. And as of a month ago, he was still playing in baseball, but now he's not. This guy was busted for steroids, but it's not who you're thinking it is.
Okay.
Birdie.
Former Yankee was in the league
as of a month ago.
Busted for steroids. Okay.
But not who you're thinking of,
okay.
Probably.
Well, who I was thinking of, yeah, I know it's not the really obvious one. And then another guy is still active in the league that used to be Yankee and got busted for steroids. So.
Okay. I think you got a shot this week.
Might have a shot. So, but first, before we do any Cubs report, NBA draft happened last week. And you had the J-Man's Book of Prediction of the Week last week. That it was about the top 2 overall picks. Let's take a listen to that.
Yeah, haven't done a bucket yet. So this will be the J-Man's Bucket Prediction of the Week.
Dano, hold it a minute. I want to book this one.
I hate the NBA. But I'm going to do an NBA draft bucket. Luka Doncic will go in the top 2. Foreigner. He's a stud.
I like it.
Yes, I think the other guy in the top 2 will be that DeAndre Ayton or Ayton from Arizona. But my bucket is Luka Doncic will go in the, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, top 2.
I got another quick fact about the U.S. Open.
Who did go in the top 2? Because I know Ayton did, and I don't remember who the second guy was.
Bagley.
He went in the top 2?
Went to Sacramento.
Marvin Bagley kind of reminds me of Jahlil Okafor, where he'll put up pretty good numbers for fantasy, but he's just not a very good basketball player.
Yeah, and then Doncic got traded from the Hawks to the Mavericks, and Trae Young got picked by the Mavericks, traded to the Hawks.
So Doncic was essentially 3. I should have had him in the top 3.
You were close.
Too bold.
You're real close.
Bold.
Man, once again this week, seems like it's just a recurring theme every week. I really wanted to play the Dumb and Dumber. Totally redeemed yourself.
I don't think you did that the last time I got one right, and that was only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I played it.
I don't think so.
Yes, I did.
I don't believe you.
Go listen.
That's all right, Owen.
But, anyways, for another consecutive week, you are getting Gene Wilder.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Gene Wilder has been dead for a few years, but he keeps on haunting me.
Haunting you. He's a legend, man.
Yeah.
Legend. Didn't help me in the casino Friday night on the Willy Wonka slot machine down in Cincinnati. I thought maybe you getting all your buckets wrong and Gene Wilder being up there as Willy Wonka on the slot machine, some little voodoo magic would help me win the jackpot. Nope.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You get nothing. That's pretty much what it told me. You get nothing. Damn you, J-Man. All right, back to NBA draft. Like I said, DeAndre Ayton went number 1. Bagley went number 2. Both those guys signed with Puma last week. First basketball contracts, Puma, the apparel company.
First National Basketball Association contracts, because there are a few WNBA players.
Since 1998, Vince Carter.
In fact, I think Skylar Diggins is one of them, because I saw somebody tweeted out, it's cool that Puma's finally starting to sign basketball players, and she's saying, hold on.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I did see that. But, Walt Frazier also signed with them.
Really?
Yep. Kind of legends deal they are, or at least a shoe.
Like, is it like
Clyde.
is it a custom orthotics shoe or something for people with plantar fasciitis?
Oh, wasn't he for men too?
Him and
Keith Hernandez.
Was it Keith Hernandez? Yeah. I remember those commercials back when we were kids.
Well, what were those?
Just for men.
Just for men, yeah. Yeah, but, yep, so Puma's got to be pretty happy about that. Other big notes, round 1, the Bulls, they took
Wendell Carter,
yep.
And Chandler Hutchison.
Yep, which I thought that was a good pick. I kind of wanted the Pacers to get him. The Pacers took Aaron Holiday, brother of Drew Holiday. And
with a J. Drew with
the
a
other
J.
Holiday that plays in the NBA, Justin.
He plays for the Bulls.
Just another UCLA boy going to the Pacers. That's... at the time, it was their last 3 picks because TJ Leaf last year and then that dude they took in the second round. They also have Darren Collison. They have most of their rosters now full of UCLA boys. I thought he was the best player available for the Pacers to get when they drafted, but it was definitely nothing real too exciting.
It's hard to get too excited about draft picks when you're picking in the 20s.
Grayson Allen to the Utah Jazz at 21 got some fans riled up a little bit.
Seems like a match made in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be a nasty little combo with Donovan Mitchell.
I don't think he plays much for him.
Do you think Donovan Mitchell wins the NBA Rookie of the Year tonight, or is it going to be Simmons?
It should be Mitchell because he's technically the rookie. I mean, Simmons doesn't really deserve it because he missed a whole year.
I agree.
He was a rookie last year in 2016, 17, or 17, 18. No, it's 17, 18 now, isn't it? 2016 and 2017. I think it should be Mitchell, but wouldn't surprise me if it's Ben Simmons.
Who gets MVP?
Or James Harden.
I think so, too. I think he has to, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I would think. I'd be really surprised if he doesn't. But other than that, not a whole lot going on in the NBA draft. But Purdue did get a guy drafted for the 3rd consecutive year. First time that's ever happened in program history.
What were the last 3 years for that to happen?
This was the first time.
When was the last time they had back-to-back coming in? Yeah, screw that. It would have been like Etuan, Juwan, and then Robbie.
Yep. And now this was AJ, Biggie, and now Vince Edwards. Got drafted 52nd by the Utah Jazz, then traded to the Houston Rockets. The Rockets only ended up with 2 guys, and they're both second rounders. So Vince is already getting to do a bunch of stuff. Went to the Astro game the other night. And I don't know if they threw out the first pitch or what, but he got an Edwards 6 Astros jersey given to him and a bunch of stuff. But pretty happy for him. Dakota Midwestern Cowboy Mathias got picked up shortly after the draft by his home state Cleveland Cavaliers. And big man Isaac Haas got picked up by the Utah Jazz, which is an interesting case with Haas because he didn't get to go through the workout stages in the NBA because of his injury. It's probably a blessing and a curse for him because he couldn't show off his talents, but yeah, he couldn't show off his weaknesses like that. He can't hit a mid-range jumper or keep up very good on defense. So that's probably why he landed a spot as an undrafted free agent, whereas if he went through the workouts, he might not have got that opportunity. So something to keep an eye on there, Purdue fans. And speaking of Purdue basketball finally did get a commitment yesterday, their second one for the class of 2019. Mason Gillis, 6'7" forward from Newcastle, joins Isaiah Thompson as the two committed recruits so far from Matt Painter's class of 2019. Gillis had offers from Butler, Xavier, Ohio State, among some other smaller ones. So high 3-star guy Purdue really wanted. My cousin's husband watched him in person last year, texted me right after the game, said this is a guy I think we have to get. So I think it's a nice gift for Matt, and hopefully it gets the ball rolling on a few more guys. So just happy to get one because Jeff Brom and company had been getting a ton of recruits to football, got added 6 more last week, and they now have a total of They have a total of 19 commitments, which ties Texas A&M for the most among the nation. They are ranked 17th in the nation on Rivals now as a team. Their latest commitment was 3-star tight end Garrett Miller from Texas. They also had a defensive lineman from Texas. They had a linebacker with the last name Sanders from Illinois. Cameron Allen, defensive back from Virginia. Niles Beverly, defensive back from Ohio. That was the one I went ahead and said he had committed last week. He didn't. He actually committed the next day, but he did have an offer from Michigan. They're in on a few more top guys. J.J. Weaver, 4-star defensive lineman from Louisville. David Bell, 4-star wide receiver from Warren Central, which the crystal ball predictions, which I don't try to put too much. I don't put too much credit into those a lot of times. A lot of those have him going to Purdue. And there's some other guys. Graham, 3-star defensive back from Michigan, and a few other 4-stars I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But Jeff Brom and company are far from done, but they are off to a fantastic start. I haven't seen anything like this since the 03-04 class that Purdue put together back when Kyle Orton was there. So pretty excited for Purdue football. It's less than 10 Thursdays away. I think it's 9 Thursdays from this Thursday. August 30th, 8 o'clock, ESPN against Northwestern kicks off the season. Really kicks off the college football season. So in a few short weeks, I'll be ready to say, let's play football. But right now, it's baseball season. That brings me to the Cubs report. Bad weekend for the Cubs, J-Man. Series sweep by the Cincinnati Redlegs. We were there in person on Saturday to witness the 11-2 shellacking, including a grand slam by a Cincinnati pitcher, the first grand slam hit by a Cincinnati pitcher since 1951, also against your Chicago Cubs.
1959.
Some guy in the bathroom at Rock Bottom says 1951. Thanks, guy.
It's all his fault. Cubs didn't play very well over the weekend. They thoroughly got their butts kicked. If we were doing this podcast last night, say around this time.
See, because I advertised this last night to be a fiery Cubs edition. Bring some fire. Bring some juice.
Sorry, but it's going to disappoint.
You suck.
Their issues really come back to they just need to get healthy. They have a lot of guys banged up. They had 3 multi-run leads in that series, and they blew them all. Bullpen been fantastic all year, but now they lose their closer, Brandon Morrow, because he was taking off his pants and hurt his back. C.J. Edwards is still not back. He's been out about a month now. Sounds like he's getting pretty close to returning. Yu Darvish is actually pitching in South Bend tonight, which that'll be really cool. I saw he bought Ruth's Chris steaks and had a bunch of lobster and stuff for both the South Bend team and Western Michigan team. So it's a pretty cool gesture for him to do that. And I know a lot of guys that do rehab stints like that do kind of that stuff because they just eat like trash down in the minor leagues. They don't. They
eat like us.
Well, it's worse than us because literally their meals consist of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They don't have a whole spread like the major league.
Probably better than me eating Wendy's all the time.
I mean that's fair, but they don't really get great nutrition out of that.
Listen to Josh, the dietetic over here.
Nutritionist.
Dietetic. Wow, it's an interesting episode here, folks. Let's get with the Tan and J
Tanner invented a new word tonight. So
dietetic.
We got that going for us.
Hashtag dietetic.
Cubs aren't hitting, really, much at all. Chris Bryant's been banged up as well. He's missed the last 2 games, and he's not playing tonight. He has a left shoulder issue where it stems from him honestly taking way too many swings trying to break out of the slump, and it's kind of come back and made him hurt now. He said he's had this in the past where rest just usually takes care of it, so hopefully he'll be ready to go tomorrow or Wednesday. They just simply need to play better. They just didn't really show up in Cincinnati. Cubs have dominated them over the past 3 or 4 years. And
Reds are hot, man.
Yeah, Reds have won, I think, 7 in a row. 7 or 8
over
in a row.
500 since they fired Brian Price.
Yeah, Jim Riggleman is doing a really good job. Their bullpen is nasty.
It is pretty nasty.
And their lineup's really good, too. They have a couple guys that have really come on. Joey Votto.
Hit a homer off a catcher.
Yeah, guys like Scooter Gennett and Jesse Winker started to play well. Eugenio Suarez is
Billy's fast.
Really good third baseman, and Billy keeps on being fast. That's all I can do. Until he plays the Cubs, he's like the worst hitter in baseball, and then Cubs come to town, he hits over 300 against them. Cubs need to play better. As I said, every single year under Joe Madden, they've kind of had this lull right before the All-Star break. 2016, they lost 15-20 heading into the All-Star break, but they had the luxury of a 10.5 game lead when they started that stretch, and I think it shrunk down to 6.5 games or something like that. Last year, they played terrible baseball right before the All-Star break. We were at one of the games. They lost 2 or 3 in Cincinnati.
Maybe I need to stop going to the Reds Cub games with you.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay.
Then the weekend before the All-Star break, they lost 2 or 3, or they either lost 2 or 3 or got swept by the Pirates at home, including the Sunday before the All-Star break. John Lester gave up 9 runs in 2/3 of an inning or something like that. Didn't even make it out of the first. So they usually have this lull, but they need to play better, and it's not going to get easier. They have to go to Los Angeles Dodgers starting tonight at 10 o'clock.
It's a late game, man.
And I'm just praying they win one of them. Just don't go on an 8-game losing streak. It's going to be tough, though, tonight because Tyler Chatwood is on paternity leave because his wife is having a baby. He will not make a start, and it'll be a guy making his Major League debut with 50,000 people in the stadium at Dodger Stadium. His name is Dwayne Underwood. A little scouting report on him. He was the Cubs' second-round pick in 2012. They had 4 picks in the first 2 rounds, and all 4 of them have been to the big leagues. Albert Almora Jr. was the first-round pick. Then they had 2 other picks in the first round. Pierce Johnson's pitching out of the Giants' bullpen. Paul Blackburn is currently on the DL, but he pitched in the A's rotation last year. And now Dwayne Underwood finally gets there. He's a right-handed pitcher. He was known coming in to pro baseball as a guy that threw really hard at a good curveball, but was really raw. And now he's kind of worked his way up, and I don't think he throws as hard as he did when he was 18. I think he was throwing like 98, 99, and now he's somewhere around 92 to 94. They say he's great makeup and really good mound presence, and he's going to need it tonight. So you just hope he kind of keeps him in it.
Is Dwayne related to Brad Underwood?
No, Dwayne is African-American. So, no, he is
That's why
not.
I ask.
He is not related to Brad.
All right.
At all. And then, honestly, I have no clue where the Cubs go over the weekend. I assume they stay West Coast and go to San Diego or something. I'll check right now. But they just need to play better. They need to get healthy. And I'm not fretting at all about them. They're still only 2 games out.
Still have a lineup that can win it all.
Still have a lineup that can win it all. They actually come home and play. It's a home stand that I'm looking at that they should be able to make up some of this deficit because they have Minnesota for 3 at home, Detroit for 2, and then Cincinnati comes to Wrigley, and then they go West Coast again.
If you don't take advantage of those home stands, it might be time to worry.
Yeah, it might be time to worry then, but it's nice to
But you also thought you were going to take advantage of this road stretch. I know a lot of injuries have taken control. But
now that's no excuse for how they lost in Cincinnati because that's a team.
Especially yesterday.
Yeah, that's a team you should beat up on. Yesterday they were up 6-1.
Strope had nothing.
And Strope really had nothing, and fans were booing him and ripping him, thinking he's the most consistent reliever in Cubs history. I mean, he has 5 straight years where his ERA is under 3. Sometimes he doesn't have it, and he's just been great all year. He's one of my favorite Cubs. He's just fun to watch, and he's really good. He just sucked, and he owned up to it yesterday. Said, "Man, I feel terrible. My team put us in a great position to win that ball game, and I came in and blew it. That's completely on me. And it's nice to see guys hold themselves accountable when things go bad. So I really can't be mad at Pedro. It happens. But they needed to win one of those games at least, and they should have won that one. And now, obviously, going to Los Angeles isn't going to be easy, especially because Clayton Kershaw's off the DL and is, I think, going to pitch Thursday.
Through what, 3 innings over the weekend?
Yeah, through 3 innings. It was kind of his rehab start. He didn't have one in the minors, so he's still working his way back. Cubs have never hit him well, except in Game 6
when it mattered most.
NLCS, right, in 2016. So hope they can win one in Los Angeles. And kind of, I'm kind of hoping just don't be more than like 4 games back by Friday.
Yeah.
Just kind of hang in there.
Yeah.
It'll get better.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And, just got to give kudos to the Reds. They played well this week.
They played really well, and they've really played well for a couple weeks now.
They have.
Probably their best stretch of baseball they've had since like 2014 or 13.
The Yankees had a series they wish they could forget, too.
See,
the Rays
happens
took
to
them to the
everyone.
woodshed.
Well,
after it looked like they're not – this is a joke, but after it looked like they weren't going to lose the series the rest of the year, they get pounded by the Rays. It's baseball for you. But they play at Philadelphia. 3-gamer start tonight. Then they're at home against the Red Sox this weekend for a 3-gamer. So
nice. Big
series. Them and the Red Sox are tied at the top of the AL East. Dead tied.
I saw this was the latest into the year they hadn't lost like 3 straight games since 1970 or something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Maybe 1954.
Some bad news for Yankee fans. Gary Sanchez head to the DL for about 3 to 4 weeks. So hopefully Austin Romine can fill in and do a good job.
He's had a better offensive year so far.
Yeah, so we'll see there. Other than that, I don't think there's any new injuries to report or anything. And, yep. I do have another. Well, this is so weird. It's kind of a baseball note, but kind of a football note. But your boy, Tim Tebow.
Oh, boy. I did read he was hitting like 256 in Double A. Is that what you're going to say?
Yes, he was hitting 256. But why I bring him up? It's not even real baseball related. Steve Spurrier is a coach for the new league, one of the new football leagues that's going to start next year. It's called AAF.
I don't know what AAF stands for. When I first saw it, I thought it was the Arena League.
Is the Alliance of American Football.
It sounds like somebody
it's got a TV contract. It's going to start the week after the Super Bowl next year in 2019. It's got a TV contract with NBC Sports Network.
Okay.
It's good. It's interesting. Anyways, Steve Spurrier offered him a spot on the Orlando team if he wants to play, but he said, "Thanks, but no thanks, coach. I'm going to keep swinging the bat and see what happens."
That makes me gain new respect because he wanted to play quarterback so much that if he would have gone and said, "Yeah, I'll play quarterback for you," it just showed his interest in baseball as a complete joke. I still think it is.
But why I bring this up? AAF. I just thought it was interesting. I had never really done too much research. It's like I said, starting in February 2019, the league's going to have 8 teams in 8 cities. Cities are Orlando, Birmingham, San Antonio, Phoenix, San Diego, Atlanta, Salt Lake City, and Memphis.
Interesting.
Rosters will have 50 players each, will be built primarily through a regionally based draft, which will be held this fall. The difference between the Alliance of American Football from its competitors, aka NFL, and the XFL, which is going to debut in 2020, which is going to be also an 8-league team, but we really don't know the rules. Some of the rules that differentiate the AAF, whatever, will be there's no TV timeouts, 60% fewer commercials, there's going to be no kickoffs, and instead of onside kicks, the trailing team will receive the ball on its own 35-yard line facing 4th and 10. There will also be a 30-second play clock and mandatory 2-point conversion attempts after touchdowns.
I will watch 0 minutes of that new football league.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, I'll probably watch like a game, just see how the new rules are, and then probably.
Dude, it's not. It's gonna be worse than watching like Big Ten football. I can guarantee you that.
It actually says the AAF's debut game will be televised by CBS on February 9th, 2019, 1 week after the Super Bowl. And then the network will also carry their championship game in the final weekend of April 2019. Could this be a good thing if they somehow could partnership with NFL a little bit and create a developmental league for it?
See, that's
what the NFL needs.
That's the only thing that would make it fairly interesting is doing like a developmental type league like that.
I wish the XFL would do that, but Vince McMahon won't do it. He's going to try to compete with them, and he already lost once.
Yeah, he already lost once, and now he's trying to make it squeaky clean, and the only thing the XFL had going for it was the characters and all the
which
stuff.
If he made it more violent, which wouldn't be safe, some people might actually watch it because it's more violent.
Yeah.
Because now, back then when he was doing it, NFL wasn't as clean as it is now. Mm-mm. But I think the NFL does need a developmental league. They haven't had one since the European League. NFL Europe.
That was kind of a joke.
But the guy who ran NFL Europe, Oliver Luck, who's been with NCAA for the last handful of years, he is joining the XFL as a commissioner. So
isn't that Andrew Luck's dad?
It is. Oliver Luck is, yeah. So it's a little interesting. So it kind of tells me or leads me to believe that if a guy like him joins the XFL, then Vince must be making a really good pitch.
Well, he did the first time with Dick Ebersol, who was a very important NBC exec, and it failed then.
Well, and this AAF is getting started by Dick's son, who was also part of the XFL in 2001. So his son is starting this league along with Troy Polamalu and some other former players are really heavily involved. So we'll see. I would just like it I'd like to see it be used as a developmental league, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Over under 6.5 weeks.
That this lasts? Mm-hmm. I think it'll last through April.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it'll last at least a season.
I'm going to go under.
Okay. Since it has a TV contract, I bet it lasts.
You'd think.
The XFL even lasted a year.
Yeah.
I mean, you got through NBC TV contract.
But the fact that I'd never heard of this league until last week or even Saturday.
I don't know how I stumbled upon it. I think it was I saw it announced on TV a while back.
I think it was Mike Florio tweeted that Spurrier and Tebow
It was announced after the XFL announced they're going in 2020. This league announced, well, we're starting next year. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Neither will compete with the NFL.
No, there's no way.
Compete against each other, and they'll both fizzle out.
There's no way. I mean, they can try different. That's why they're trying to differentiate it, and it's still not going to happen.
Right. But if one of them were to be a developmental league, I think that would really help the NFL.
Yeah, because take I'm trying to think of the quarterback, Christian Hattenberg, for example, on the Raiders. Gruden even came out and said, this kid's got a lot of talent, but he needs coaching and time to develop. And it's no fair because in the NFL, they don't get time.
Yeah.
I mean, one quarterback that's kind of getting it now, even though he sucks. Paxton Lynch, all of a sudden, is getting a chance to develop because they pretty much told him you're not going to be over Case Keenum. So he gets a year or two to develop and then see what happens. But that's not worth a first-round pick. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's usually quarterbacks don't get a chance in the NFL to develop. It's either you get thrown in the ocean, you sink or swim. And if they had a developmental league, they could take a guy and draft him down there, get him used to the speed of the game, then bring him up. It'd be great, but I don't know, that's something they really need.
Roger Goodell's not very forward-thinking.
No, he just makes a lot of money and doesn't give a crap about anything. So, one thing I want to mention, I forgot we should have brought up there in the NBA draft, is this LeBron James situation. He's got till Friday to jump into his $35 million with the Cavs or opt out and become a total free agent.
This will be the J-Man's bucket prediction of the week.
Dano, hold it a minute. I want to book this one.
For the second straight week, I forgot to come up with a bucket, so I'm glad it kind of sparked in my head when Tara was saying this. LeBron will obviously opt out, so that's going to be my bucket, and I think he ends up in Los Angeles all of a sudden. Instead of Philadelphia. I've been on that Philadelphia train for a while.
I was too.
Now I think it's going to be the Los Angeles somethings. I haven't heard the Clippers at all, but I'm just going to throw Los Angeles. Just in case it is the Clippers, it gives me a little extra help.
How about Paul George? Lakers?
I think he's a Laker.
Yeah, I think, maybe Kawhi too. I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going on there. I haven't heard too much.
Kawhi's kind of become a head case all of a sudden.
I think the Rockets are going to make a hard push after LeBron, though.
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
I just don't like the NBA
at all. It's interesting. It's kind of a flawed product, but it's popular.
No parity.
A lot of people know, and it used to have a lot.
Did it, though? I mean, people always say the 80s had so much parity. It was either Larry Bird or the Lakers won 8 of the 10.
Yeah, I'd say in the early 90s when the Bulls were just starting to become good.
Bulls won 3 straight in the early 90s.
Yeah,
then
the
Rockets
West had a lot of parity.
No.
Yeah, the Rockets won back-to-back when Jordan.
Bulls won 6 in the 90s, so
Yeah.
there wasn't much parity. And then the Lakers have won 4 in 2000.
But I guess what I meant by that is there was a lot of other teams competing against them. The Jazz 2 years, you had the Sonics 1 year, and the Blazers 1 year, you had the Suns 1 year. There wasn't a lot of people dominating.
The only way they'd get parity is if LeBron went to the West.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think he will end up doing now.
And then the East becomes pretty open. One note for all you Pacer fans kind of surprised me was the Pacers are not picking up Lance Stevenson's $4.5 million contract, making Lance born-ready Stevenson a free agent. That didn't sit well with me.
Maybe they kind of got sick of his shenanigans.
I don't know, because that's pretty team-friendly deal, I think. And
that is cheap.
Say what you want about the guy's antics. He brought a lot of juice from the bench and really had some games. If not for him, they wouldn't have won. But I don't know. It tells me they're going after somebody. If they're trying to save every penny, maybe it's like a Nicholas Batum or it's going to be nobody overwhelming, but it must be going after somebody. But once again, Pacers make a move I don't agree with. Do that all the time.
Maybe they're just strapped for cash. Period.
They have a lot of cash to spend. Who wants to come play there? I mean,
just because they have cap space doesn't mean they have the money to spend it.
Yeah, I don't know. They never do anything to excite me. It's kind of boring.
They're probably the boringest franchise in the NBA.
They're pretty boring.
Mm-hmm.
I always compare the Denver
Bulls are pretty boring.
I compare the Denver Nuggets to the Pacers a lot, but the Nuggets just signed. Well, they're rumored to have signed a Jokic to the max contract of $146 million.
He's a good one.
He is a good one, and he was a second-round pick.
Yeah, you don't get that.
No, that's a diamond in the rough there.
Yeah.
Which and the Nuggets are hoping they found another. I'm not going to call him diamond in the rough because everybody knew about him, but hopefully they're hoping they got the steal of the draft and Michael Porter Jr. at 14, who could be if his back's healthy, but back issue is nothing to mess around with.
No. He kind of fell in their laps. I mean, he has arguably the greatest talent in the draft, where it could have gone 1-1 had he been healthy all year. But he's kind of been played out as kind of a diva now, and he.
I guess it's a high-risk, high-reward situation if you think about it.
I think it's kind of low risk because they got him at, what was it, 14?
Still in the lottery.
That's still in the lottery, but you're not going to get that talent level to where the guys just could be an absolute superstar.
I thought they'd be really stupid to pass on him if they passed on him, which they didn't. So, yep. I feel like I'm... Oh, yeah, we got one more thing. Bubba Watson. PGA Tour yesterday, won the Travelers Championship for his third time in his career. Third win this year for Bubba. Bubba having a great year. Arguably could be player of the year right now. If he gets one more win, I think he definitely is. It's interesting because Bubba's got, I think, 3 career wins at Riviera out in California, 2 career wins in Augusta at the Masters, and 3 now at the Travelers Championship at Hartford. So that's, I think he's got 12 career wins. So that's
it's like 8.
8 of his 12 career at 3 different courses.
It's crazy.
That's set up great for lefties. So, but Bubba came on with a hard charge this weekend and won the tournament. And I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer now whenever he gets done playing golf, which is probably a few years from now.
Yeah.
But
how old is he? 36 is my guess.
That's a good question. I should look that up.
37.
I should look that up.
38.
You got anything else for the...
We have the Birdie.
I know we got that, but while I'm looking this up, I didn't know if you had anything.
I have nothing.
Nothing?
I really showed up with nothing.
Well, let me look here. I gotta find Bubba Watson.
What golf tournament's this weekend?
I think it is the Quicken Loans, which is Tiger's tournament. It's kind of a big one. Which is his last year on DC. It's going to Detroit, Michigan next year.
Nothing screams golf like Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, does it? I mean, yes, state of Michigan had a tournament in a long time. Come on, Bubba. Where's your dang name? There it is. Bubba Watson. He was born November 5th, 1978. So he's going to be
40.
He's going to be 40 come November. A lot older than I thought.
Wow.
So he was born in Baghdad, Florida.
Baghdad, really?
Yep. Turned pro in 2002. Currently ranked 13th in the world. Interesting stuff.
Bubba.
Birdie Bogey.
So, what was it? Hunter Pence has the second most walk-off hits since the start of his career, which happened in 2007. Who leads the majors in walk-off hits since 2007? I gave you the hints. Do you remember the hints, or do you want them again?
One more time, please.
This guy is a former Yankee,
Okay.
but he kind of bounced around to another team. And he was in baseball as of about a month ago, but I think he's out right now. And he was busted for steroids.
Ooh, I gotta guess. I know he's been busted for steroids. I know he played on the Yankees. I just don't know if he's still in baseball. I know he was last year. Melky Cabrera.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey. Hit me up with the birdie.
Would you have gotten that right had I not given you
I could have guessed 368 players.
He wouldn't even been on my radar.
368, I could have guessed. But
368 former Yankees you could have guessed, and you probably wouldn't even.
Probably. I can't name you that many, but probably could. Got anything else for us this week?
Dude, I have nothing.
Nothing. Purdue fans, it looks like if you follow Brady Brom on Twitter, he oftentimes gives a little hint before a commitment's going to happen. He tweeted out a little hint, so I can't tell who it's going to be, but it looks like another football commit's on its way, probably be announced tonight, so keep on the lookout for that. And besides that, I don't think J-Man's going to be joining me for this one.
J-Man will not be joining me.
He is not joining me for this one. I am interviewing a good friend of my dad's, 1979, I believe they graduated in 79, RHS grad, Pete Smith, who recently retired as the coach, men's basketball coach at Guerin Catholic, where he started it up a good amount of years ago and won 2 state championships in 2012, 2015. Pete's been a coach at Manchester, Penn, Noblesville, Carmel, Guerin Catholic, assistant coach at a few other spots. Really good career. He's going to end up being a Hall of Famer in the state of Indiana for a boys basketball coach. He'll be sitting down with me Wednesday nights. Going to do an interview. Hoping to have that up sometime this weekend. So look for that. And besides that, it's just the normal spiel. Like us on Facebook at the Tan and J-Man Show. Follow us on Twitter at Tan and J-Man Show. Instagram at the Tan and J-Man Show. Our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube. It's another place you can listen to our podcast besides the normal places of SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Google Play. Give us a liking and a rating and review on iTunes and or Facebook, please. That really helps us out. And check out our website, thetannandjmanshow.com. And our weekly sponsors. Our weekly sponsor of the J-Man's Book of Prediction of the Week is Travis Watering, and our weekly sponsor, as always, for the Tan J-Man Show is great locally owned family dental clinic, Farm Photo Dental Clinic. So until next Monday, we'll be coming at you next Monday with episode 85 of Rochester's #1 podcast. Have a great week.